Hello fellow humans and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh and today I'm just doing something reasonably short because my tea is ready and I want to eat it before it goes cold, but I started filming already. I also wanted to test out this and its capabilities as a green screen, because if it does work I'm going to put up a picture of a cat now. If it doesn't, then I'm just staring at this green thing for no reason. Sorry, Slinkies make me happy. They are the most fantastic toy in existence and I don't care what people say. Anyway, back to reality. I'm doing the Bookish Would You Rather tag because I thought it might be fun. I wasn't tagged in it, it's just something I saw and thought, you know, I'll give it a try. Number one is, would you rather read only series or standalones? See, regardless of my answer for this one, I win. Do you know why? Because if I have to just read if I can only read series, that's fine. I can read the Discworld books. And if I can only read standalones, then I can just read the Discworld standalones. Small Gods is one of my favourite books of all time, so I'm good. And I tend to read more series anyway, so I'll go with that. Number two, would you rather read female or male only authors? While I really don't like this question because it ignores the existence of genders outside the binary, it is rather difficult to find a non-binary author who's been published. As for the answer itself, it's a tough one. I tend to read more female authors. I read Rowling and Atwood, and I can still not say her name, Schwab and Morgenstern. But if I could only read female authors, which would be fun, I could not read Terry Pratchett. So I'm going to have to say male just for that. I feel like a failure as a feminist, but I still have to do it. Number three, would you rather shop at bookshops or online? Now, there is no real choice in this matter. Bookshops every single time. Don't get me wrong, I like Amazon and Book Depository and Waterstones.com, but they lack something that a bookshop has. They lack that human connection with somebody. And as well, if you're lucky enough to find a really old bookshop, then the shelves seem to go on forever in an endless labyrinth of books. There is no end or beginning to them, merely shelf, and it's amazing. As Terry Pratchett says, a good bookshop is merely a genteel black hole that knows how to read. And as well, I make a habit of making friends with booksellers in my area. They can give me great recommendations, let me know when a book has come in, and I may get the occasional discount. Books are a great way to make friends. Number four, would you rather all books become movies or television shows? I'm not really sure. The Lord of the Rings would not suit a television programme and was perfectly suited to be made into films, whereas something as complicated as A Song of Ice and Fire was destined for television because it's so complicated and no single grand plot uniting it, or at least not visibly. I would have to say television shows, because if you can get something made to the quality of a Game of Thrones or Outlander, then your book is in a pretty good state. And some things just really don't work as films. And also, as a budding writer, I'm not sure I could stand seeing some film producer dissect my books like that and twist them and turn them into a film. So television it is. Now, number five, read 5 pages per day, or, well, to tell you the truth, when I'm at my fastest reading pace, 5 books a week is probably about it. I can certainly get through that many Pratchett novels in a week because they're just so readable. And 7 of my other books too. I'd be disappointed because I couldn't necessarily read A Song of Ice and Fire again, and I might struggle with the Harry Potter novels because I could only get to the Order of the Phoenix, but I'd still give it a go. 5 a week it is. Number 6, would you rather be a professional reviewer or an author? No question with this one, author. I've always wanted to write a book and have it published, and I'm really working on that over the summer. I'm hoping to have a finished draft of this book and not throw it away like I've done so many times before. I'm going to keep it and tweak it. Oh, that sounds strange. And I will get it right, and I will be published, and I will let nothing on this earth stop me. And besides, I like to review and I'll just do it as a hobby. Number 7, would you rather read only your top 20 favourite books, or only ever read books you haven't read before. This is a rather painful choice because I love finding new books and I've found finding them all the time. My pile up there is evidence of that. But I could not read the Discworld novels again. I mean, sure, there's still The Shepherd's Crown to come out, so I could read that and just read that one over and over again. But that's not what I want. I'd have to read my favourites. There'd be a lot of Discworlds in there, Harry Potter, there'd be Airman, there'd be some Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Some really good books. Number 8. Would you rather be a librarian or a bookseller? Well, bookseller, obviously. I've already said I prefer bookshops. I could be that literary friend to my customers, and I could work in that magical twisty-turny wormhole of a bookshop. Having said that, if it was something like Waterstones or the Works, I'd rather be a librarian. But hey, I can pick and choose which bookshop. I'll be a bookseller. Number 9. Would you rather only read your favourite genre or read every other genre except it? I would quite happily just read science fiction and fantasy. And note I'm including the two of those together because science fiction is an offshoot of fantasy. In fact, technically all literature is an offshoot of fantasy because it's the oldest form of literature. The first stories told were of some great hero who can kill a mastodon in one punch and that sort of thing. And stories just escalated and soon went from some hunter to a god, and then it went to magic, and it's the very basis of all storytelling. And tell the truth, within fantasy I can read practically anything I want to read. I can read violent hack and slash or steamy, well, I'm not finishing that word. I could read comic parodies and satires and philosophical musings. It covers a multitude of sins. I love that phrase. I'm not really sure why it has to be a sin, but it does. And finally, number 10, would you rather read ebooks or physical books? To be honest, there is absolutely no discussion about this. It would have to be books, physical books, every single time, because I like e-readers. I in fact have one. I don't know where, but it's here somewhere. But I love the feel of a book underneath my fingers. Being able to pick up a book, open it at the most read page and find out why, to see if there's any stains on it, if someone was eating while they were reading, or if it made them cry because the ink is smudged. There's so much you can learn from a book that you can't get from a digital copy. Plus, sharing digital copies is much more difficult because there's all of those programs designed to prevent sharing them. Or you can share it through the Kindle thing, but Kindles are evil. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and again, I will apologise if you've just been staring at a piece of green paper for ages because the green screen didn't work. I'll see what I can do about that for next time, but hopefully it will have worked. Now, I'm going because this pizza is practically stone cold. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please click like and subscribe. Have a nice day, and goodbye.